Hey guys, we're here with Jason and Lucid Optics, right? I've known Jason for many years. We're fellow instructors, right? He has a really good long-distance shooting program in case you're interested at WyoTac. But today we're here to talk about Lucid Optics. One of the reasons why we like this company is because they provide a really awesome product at a very affordable price, right? They focus on the science of it, and they come out with innovation in an industry that is sometimes like falling behind and getting a little bit static, right? So enough from me. Let's talk with Jason and let Jason tell us about Lucid Optic and some of the products they have.
How's it going? Jason Corrado, the Angry Bumblebee, WyoTac. I do a lot of the training and everything for Lucid Optics. One of the things that you and I share is a passion for the Little Mo. This is their RDS optic. Take a look at that, okay? You're talking MSRP 369, so you're probably going to see it retail about $3. This is a great little optic, and what we've been doing lately is we've been packaging it with a firearm, providing the training, providing the ammunition, and then cool part is the student gets to go home with the gear that they've trained on. So this is something that we partnered up with Lucid Optics for. This is a great little optic, and part of the reason I chose this is it's a very generous eye box. A lot of the complaints we hear about red dot optics on pistols are they're very, very small windows, so they're very hard to pick up. This one, when you first tried it, it kind of broke your brain a little bit. You couldn't figure out why it was so easy to acquire the dot.
Yeah, I was actually I didn't have a red dot on my gun until I tried this one, right? For the very reason, right? So the shape, the oblong shape, right? And I don't know if it shows on camera and so on, but it allows you to pick up the dot on the way out. Gives a lot more leeway, if you will, right? And that's why I started on mine. Right now, this is the first version of the Little Mo, right? Which is awesome, but it would be mostly for competition because it has a 2-hour shutter, right? So I don't carry on my CCW gun, but I carry on the gun that I use for fun. Now, Lucid Optics is coming out with the level 2, not with the level 2, but what I call it,
yeah, we're going to call it Generation 2.
Generation 2, thank you very much. English is his first language, and so the Generation 2 will actually have a shake awake activation, and that's going to get on my CCW gun as soon as I can get my hands on one, right? Because again, it really simplifies the transition from iron sight to red optic, right? And that's why I think they have a lot of success with the class that they teach, giving the equipment, right? Because now it's easier, like when you take away this to look for your red data, it becomes a lot more efficient and effective, and people progress in their learning a lot faster, right?
Yeah. And it works extremely well, especially with the way you and I train our students.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we can move up, and he's really happy about this Lucid Optic P8, right? As he explained it to me, it's a magnifier with red dot.
Yes. Okay. So the P8 now don't let you confuse with this. This is not a red dot. Okay. This is a 4-power magnified optic with a reticle. Okay. They're still using the P7 reticle in this. What I'm really excited about and it kind of broke my brain because when I first started going into the AR world 2 decades ago, I was, this was kind of it. Okay. I was using a 4-power optic, and I've gone away from it in favor of the LPVO. This is a game changer, and the reason for that is I have that 4-power option, but what I found in using this is I can run this both eyes open at a room distance, and the reticle is still clear. That shouldn't happen. Okay, so I've decided that Jason Wilson, the owner of Lucid Optics, engineer on this stuff, he doesn't have a shop in the back of his building. It's just a cauldron back there, and he's like making magic. Okay, this thing's cool. MSRP on this is $599. You're going to see this retail out in the wild for about $499, $525, somewhere in there. This is a really cool optic, and look at the size of this. Okay, nobody else is doing this in this kind of size.
Because everybody knows the ACOG, right, for magnifier and so on. It's a lot larger, and it doesn't have the same, reticle staying the same at any power.
No, and it's not they're not fast acquisition the way this is. The other thing about this blue illumination. In the blue illumination, there's a lot of science that goes behind that. What they found is that there's a surprising number of people that are colorblind. This means that the red and the green spectrum, where you're seeing most dots and most illumination, people can't see. Everyone can see blue. Okay, there's a couple other advantages to this. With the blue illumination, I can kind of see through the reticle to my target, so it's not covering the target. It also works extremely well with night vision, and the blue comes across very crisp, very clean, whereas red is an alert color for us. The wavelength kind of tends to vibrate our eyes, and that's why you always see kind of a flare or a splotch. The blue doesn't do that. It's going to come across clear. It's going to come across clean. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, I like it. Awesome. And then I think we have a couple of other things that we'd like to show you guys. It is a closed emitter.
Closed emitter, right? Red dot.
And again, you know, you can put it on your SBR, you can put it on your, you know, AR pistol and so on. Would it fit a regular size gun as well, like pistol?
It will. Yeah. This is going to use an Arco rail.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that's going to happen with this is kind of Gen 1. Once this actually hits the market, this is going to have the same reticle as the M7. Okay, so it's kind of a circle dot, and you've got a couple of chevrons underneath there. What I've found with that is putting it on, even on a short barrel AR, if I'm zeroed at 100 yards, the bottom of those chevrons give me a 400-yard hold.
All right. Nice. And then lastly
is my passion.
That's right.
Okay. This is the Generation 2 MLX, and those of you who are familiar with the Gen 1 MLX, tough as nails, extremely easy to use. This has got some upgrades. This one's going to be a 5 to 30 instead of the 4.5 to 18, so you're going to get a little extra magnification there. We also don't have the toolless turrets on this one, and these are non-locking turrets. So for you guys running PRS, NRL, this is going to be a seriously good scope. This is also going to be illuminated. That's new for the MLX series. 34 millimeter tube. This is going to be a game changer. And honestly, I think once this hits the market here in a couple of months, I think this is going to give some of the big guys a run for their money. MSRP on this is probably going to be somewhere between $1,200 and $1,300. This is going to compete with a $3,000 optic.
No kidding. And that's one of the reasons why we do like, you know, Lucid Optics, because again, for that honest price, you get a really awesome product, right? And you know, and that's what allows them to like focus on that science, because that's the selling point, right? So they're gonna keep bringing innovation, right? And they're gonna keep bringing a high quality product at an affordable price.
I keep telling them they need to raise their prices because unless they raise their prices in the optics world, but you don't get taken seriously, and that's a stigma that we need to change.
Yeah.
This is fully aluminum tubing. This is ED shot glass, okay, Japanese. This is the highest quality stuff that you can get, but it's just a price that is actually what it should be.
Yeah. Awesome. And then the last thing I was saying before, they also provide a light, right? And again, works really well and it's very affordable. Do you want to talk to us about this one?
So the C3, this again, a lot of science went into this. They don't. Lucid's really good about never doing a Me Too product. They really think things through, and they get feedback from their shooters before they start really building anything. One of the things that people kind of poo-poo about this light is it's only 300 lumens. Well, the fact of the matter is, in complete darkness, 300 lumens is going to be more than enough light to do what you need to do, but it's not going to blow out your own night vision.
Yeah.
Super light. You can run this under the rail of a handgun. I tend to run them on the side rails of my ARs. Yeah. The cool thing is that the way I teach and the way I run my guns, I always run my thumb out. So when I'm out there, my thumb is on the button.
Yeah.
Makes it super easy, super intuitive.
And so the activation is right here, right?
Yes.
Nice.
And that does have a strobe feature.
All right.
And one more thing on the Lucid Optics. If you look at almost everything they have, it's all common battery sources. So we're talking, for example, this is AAA. Okay, this makes it really easy for those of us who operate in more austere environments where your only point of resupply might be a gas station in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Jason. Always fun to see you and to talk about cool stuff. Guys, check them out on the website, and if you see something you like, feel free.